everyone, hey all, welcome back to the channel. Did you miss me? Because it's been a few days and we're going to embark today on part one of something that I've been asked by a lot of people to do for a long time. We're going to kick off my collection tour, this time around in the latest GotBot True review. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, baby, and while you're at it, that's right, hit that notification bell, please, because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel, and it helps me out tremendously. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, and the Autobot family. Have a look for me everywhere across social media. And if you're watching this during the week of April 27th to May 1st of 2020, do not forget to be using the hashtag TransformAThome. Check out all of the partner channels, content. Of course, this is kind of organized, and all of the rules about why you would use this, what could happen, how you can be part of hashtag TransformAThome, all available at tformers.com. For the kind of participating members, I'm going to leave those links, man, down in the description. This time around, like I said, this runs between April 27th and May 1st of 2020. This is going to be part one. I have spent the last few days kind of recording, man, everything in my collection. And I mean everything. And I think it's going to surprise some people. I think some people are going to expect me to have certain items in my collection that I either never had or no longer have. I'm going to show everything that I currently have, where it stands now, here, spring 2020. And we're going to have to do it in parts, because now that I got everything recorded, it would be a lot for one video. Even though I think that my collection is smaller than what a lot of people think, it's a lot for one video. So today, in part one, we're going to look at a few of the kind of oddities that are in my collection, as well as some of the DVDs and series that I have, some of the DVDs and Blu-rays and series that I have, and we're going to kind of cover, I'm calling it, I don't want to call it miscellaneous characters, because it's not. Think of it more like the secondary collection. There's more than one collector in this household. So I'm going to kind of get some of the preliminary stuff out of the way and look at items that are in the household but are not actually part of my collection. They actually belong to one of the scraplets, who's also a collector. I know it sounds kind of confusing, but this will be part one, and we're going to do this over the next few days. I'll probably break it up with a couple of things in between, but hopefully this begins to fill the bill for people who have been asking me for the last couple of years about it. So without any further ado, let's kick things off and begin looking at my collection the right way. And at long last, here's where things begin with the, I'm gonna call a collection tour more than a display tour, because it's not really displayed well here. This is where things are gonna start. I looked at this already before on the channel. This is my little, like, Rubik's Cube inspired. It's very small, like, you know, there's two of my fingers. Like, it's very small. I actually have two of these. One is kept correct, the other is pretty messed up, and I'm not skilled enough to get it put back correctly. Now let's move on to something at least a little more interesting. We'll move on to the series that I happen to have. Of course, my first love, G1, the entire, I think it was 25th anniversary box set there, as well as the 86 film. Honestly, both of this came from Starscream wife, so I have her to thank for these, as well as all 3 seasons of Beast Wars and Beast Machines. And yes, I'm of the camp that believes that Beast Machines is in fact technically the last season of Beast Wars. I would even go so far as to say that it's really one of those things that sort of clues up the G1 continuity, at least for the average fan that didn't really delve much into the Japanese side of the fiction. Nevertheless, I'm glad to have all of these again, thanks to Starscream wife, and for right or wrong, the entire live action franchise from the first film to Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction the last night, and the Bumblebee movie. I know that they get a lot of flack, but I enjoy them for what they are. Big robots lumbering around, beating each other up. Explosions, bangs. What's not to love? I know. What's not to love about the live-action franchise? The terrible storytelling, yes, blah, blah, blah. Either way, I'm glad to have it. And Starscream Wife also got me, thankfully, something that had fantastic storytelling. That being Transformers Prime Seasons 1, 2, 3, which of course was Beast Hunters, and the Predacons Rising film. I love Predacons Rising. I love that whole series. I thought it was done so well. I even have, on my DVR, I don't actually have sets for it, but believe it or not, I technically have the entire series for the follow-up of this, Robots in Disguise, and the entire series for Cyberverse. And there's one other thing I got. I guess I'll show it. Energon. This is painful to watch, and I've done it a few times. I don't own Cybertron and Armada. It's not, Unicron Trilogy is not for me. If I was forced to have to watch one of these series over again, it would probably be Cybertron. Probably. I don't know. I'd rather not. Let's move on to the plastic that everybody knows and loves. And if you've been around the channel for a long time, then you probably know by now that there's more than one Transformers collector in this household, as evidenced by these three posters. One, of course, from the movie, two from the, one from the 86 movie, when it was re-shown for its, 30th anniversary or whatever it was. And the other two, of course, are live action posters. But that leads us to the plastic. Now, this is not my part of the collection. This belongs to one of the scraplets. And in the back, you can see we have Ultimate Predaking, who is actually very good. We have a Leader Class Jetfire. We have what was originally my custom Transformers Prime Sharktacon Megatron that became his stand-in for Megatron, and the arm cannon is actually the blaster that comes with that shotgun blaster thing that comes with the Age of Extinction Evasion Mode Optimus Titan's Return blaster right there. You can see the Power of the Primes Optimus. There's also the, I don't know if you can see it or not, the Titan's Return, Voyager class Megatron coming down to inside the first shelf here. Try to get some light on the situation if I can. I don't know how well this is going to work. In the back corner we have Masterpiece Bumblebee. Next to him we have a version of the War for Cybertron Optimus. It came in a 3-pack. I got it for like $1 thrifting. Behind him, or in front of him I should say, is the Fall of Cybertron Optimus. And in front of them is the, it's another Optimus from, it was a Toys R Us exclusive from Robots in Disguise. We have a deluxe class Bumblebee. There we go. Maybe that's a bit better. Deluxe class Bumblebee from the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron video game. Behind that is the Age of Extinction Deluxe class. He's missing a door or I think a fender maybe. The Last Night Voyager Optimus, I don't like that. The limit on the knee for the increased price, no thanks. For $3, that other movie Bumblebee was exceptionally better. We have all of the Soundwave data discs, Legends class, Cliff Jumper, a smattering of Titan Masters, as well as that often used Legion class Bumblebee. Moving down to the next one. We have my custom, what was my custom Siege Optimus. It got commandeered along with the trailer of the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Way in behind is Transformers Prime Cup, as well as Robots in Disguise, Twinferno. We have Hardhead, Generations Blur, great mold. Transformers Prime Beast Hunters RC. Reveal the Shield Perceptor. I'm not a fan of that Perceptor. Way in the back is a Transformers Prime Beast Hunter Starscream. We also have the Voyager class. Ultra Magnus. Excellent Ultra Magnus. Great reuse of that Optimus mold. That trash one-step Bumblebee. But hey, somebody wanted it. I got that Bumblebee technically from Event Progenitor when I got the Titans Return cassettes off of him. The Buzzsaw, Hellback, and Rumble Frenzy, the Blue Lad. Going down again, we have, and maybe I should kind of just orient things here slightly. You can see that we have Soundwave, Fall of Cybertron Soundwave right there. That is a fantastic Voyager, a fantastic Soundwave, but he's sort of in the way. Let me get him out of the way and we'll pick things up. There we go, my custom Fall of Cybertron Ultra Magnus. I love that Magnus. Behind him is Combiner Wars Ironhide, and behind him is Quake. We also have in here the Generations Armada Deluxe Class Starscream. In front of him, Beast Hunters Wheeljack. I really wish that guy had a proper bicep, but he's beautiful all the same. We have Hot Shot, but I think we all know it was Trax. We have the last night iteration of Crosshairs. We have the Combiner Wars Tailgate and Windcharger, and we have Transformers Prime Prowl. Interesting head on that Prowl. We have, going down here a little bit more, Legion class Red Alert from eons ago, as well as the Titan Master version of Ape Face, and we have some cassettes. Notably, we have, I'm going to call him Frenzy, even though a lot of people call him Rumble, and we have Laserbeak, and there's Ravage under there somewhere as well. Pardon the cut, but I had to readjust the camera. Of course, you can see Generations Blitzwing right there, front and center. Legion class Wheeljack, who is a great Legion class offering, by the way. We have Legion class Stinger, who is, he's a Stinger. Gonna just take him out of it. And this is largely a Dinobot shelf. You can see we have Slog, who is customized into Sludge. We have the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, still a great Grimlock. We have a custom Slash, custom Slug or Slag or what, Slag? I don't know, whatever you want to call him. I call him Slag. Yeah, a very Dinobot heavy, custom Dinobot heavy shelf. But there you go. Moving on to the next one. Okay, and now that we're set up with the next one, we have right in the back Fall of Cybertron Bruticus. I managed to replace the Onslaught. He had his arm broken. Anybody who's been around a long time knows that I broke that Onslaught eons ago. Luckily, he was able to be replaced. I never had a problem with that Bruticus, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's weird colors, but like, I never had the disdain for him that a lot of people had. Also here we have a copy of the War for Cybertron video game Megatron. Now, he doesn't have that weird blue fusion cannon. I managed to score, thanks to good friend of the channel, Maximal10, I managed to score a black fusion cannon, thankfully. I think it was Maximal10 who gave it to me. If I'm wrong, then I apologize to whoever it was that did give it to me. In behind him, we have Croc with his Headmaster. We have Classics Deluxe Astro Train. We have Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Trail Cutter, or their little Commander class Trail Breaker. That's right, before Commander class was huge, it was basically another name for legend size. We have the Classics, my custom Classics Hot Rod. Still a great Hot Rod, a little bit limited in the articulation and whatnot, but honestly still a really great Hot Rod. We have Robots in Disguise, Bludgeon, great mold, I really dig it. We have there one of the members of the little Legion class Transformers Prime Abominus. I can't remember what his name became, but it's Sinner Twin. Then we have, maybe it was like, was it? No, it wasn't Twinferno. I don't remember what his name was, but it's Sinner Twin. Then we have a couple of little Target Masters that you kind of can't see. Let's see if I can angle this down a bit. There you go. And we have Generations. That's right. Gears. And then we come down here to the last shelf. We have in there a Wolverine crossover way behind Dreadwing there. We have Generations Windblade. We have my custom, or well, not my custom anymore, but a custom Snarl, along with another, who do we have there? Scorn. We have Tiro down there. There's a custom Strafe kicking around somewhere too. We have in behind Scourge, and that's the Takara Scourge, by the way, or Sweep if you will, but it's Scourge. In behind you see a little touch of green there. That's the Legends class Acid Storm. And that's it for the Shelving unit, but that's not all that he has in his room. Luckily, I get to use some of this stuff for Universal Collision. And this will kind of conclude his part of the collection. We have Fall of Cybertron Shockwave. I still like that. I know he's kind of a slender deluxe, but man, he was so good and stood in his mind for a long, long time, to be honest with you. We have behind him, maybe I can show him here. We have behind him the Classics Universe Cup. Still one of the greatest feats of engineering, one of the greatest offerings that I think they ever did. Next to him, we have that RID 2015 Starscream. A lot of people like it. That one in particular, that copy right there, as soon as he came in the package, his legs fell off. He was hot trash, man, hot trash. But I managed to fix him. He's held up since, but I shouldn't have had to fix him, though. Then we have Optimus Primal. Those of you who follow along with Universal Collision most recently would have seen him in episode 7 and 8. And next to him, we have, that's right, good old Tankor. Nah, it's Octane, but with a not great name. Then we have Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Bumblebee, both in yellow, and down here in black. In between them, we have the Age of Extinction Galvatron. He gets a raw deal, I think, because he's not that bad, I don't think. I like him. We have my custom Transformers Prime, Beast Hunters, Ratchet. I think he may have been in season 1 of Universal Collision, if I'm not mistaken. Next to him, we have the Last Night version of Hot Rod, who I actually redid as a custom lockdown, so he's quite different. Then we have kind of going down to this end more, we have the Fall of Cybertron, my custom Fall of Cybertron Jazz. We have the Dark of the Moon Barricade, and then in the back, and I'll lift this up just to show it, are my 3 custom deluxe Fall of Cybertron Tetrajet Seekers, or well, it was a video game version of the Tetrajets, and they stood as my Seekers for a long time. I infinitely like that mold better than the Classics. I know the Classics has the Earth mode and all, but it functions like hot trash. This functions infinitely better, especially the arms. Now that's it for one of the collections and one of the collectors in this house. Now it's time for mine. And here we are once again, and that's the end of part 1. Everything from a weird little puzzle cube to Energon series. I know. Trust me, I know. You've seen now a lot of characters. Some of them are ones that I used to have. Some of them are ones I never had. But we're now getting to the point of sort of embarking on kind of my personal collection a little bit more. And we're going to look at more of that coming up in part 2. In the meantime, let me know what you think about part 1. What items do I have there, or are in the house, I should say, there, that you're surprised are there? Everything at one time or another has been looked at here on the channel. Don't forget right now to use hashtag TransformAThome. Besides that, you know I love to hear from you guys. I appreciate you coming by, give me some of your extremely valuable time. I know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, please use the donate link down in the description. Don't forget to hit subscribe, baby, if you haven't already done so. So very much helps me. And of course, like I said before, it kind of keeps you in the loop, lets you be part of the community here, and let you have a say, and let you kind of participate in everything we do here. Stick around with us, have a bit of fun, man. Don't forget that somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference. And I look forward, man, to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres or the old fashioned way, right here to have another visit inside the videos.